A McLennan County, Texas woman was sentenced to 70 years in prison for child abuse. So this right here is Marianna Miles. You see it right there. It's sentenced to 70 years in child abuse. However, she's serving two different concurrent sentences. One, 10 years for physical abuse, and then 70 years for the mental abuse. Miles is the stepmom of the victim, who is a girl. So Miles is the stepmom of that victim, the girl, and her four brothers. According to the McLennan County District Attorney's Office, Miles, she got custody of the kids after the kids' biological mom and dad were sentenced to prison for unrelated charges. But in 2022, that's when Miles told administrators at Connally Junior High, which is in Elmont, Texas, that the girl had, quote, severe behavioral problems and must be watched closely at all times and should not be allowed to eat anything without Miles' approval. Now take a look at this quote that the McLennan County District Attorney's Office wrote. The school officials were troubled by Miles' behavior toward the child and concerned increased when they observed the child to be well-behaved and polite, but unkempt with inadequate clothing. So the DA's office says that the school staff said that the child was thin and always hungry. Okay, so now we're going to fast forward to October 2022. That's when a teacher noticed that there's an injury to the child's face. The child reluctantly answered the teacher and said that Miles hit the girl, hit her in the face with a belt buckle. This information was then reported to CPS, which is law, and then it was investigated by CPS as well as with the Lacey Lakeview Police Department. Now, the McLennan County District Attorney's Office wrote, quote, that investigation reveals Miles kept the child locked in a sparse bedroom, often without a bed or mattress, and kept an alarm on the door, which would sound if the child tried to leave the room. Miles also beat the child and required her brothers to beat her. This all according to the McLennan County District Attorney's Office. Miles also bound the child in duct tape and ultimately in heavy chains. We understand that Miles actually initially lied about half the stuff and denied the chains. However, during trial, she later admitted it after they showed a picture of the chains that CPS took. So she was sentenced to 10 years in prison for the physical injuries and 70 years for the mental injuries, saying that this child has PTSD now. Well, we understand that Miles will be serving those sentences concurrently, so just 70 years essentially. And by Texas law, Miles is eligible for parole. Although she is eligible for parole, the McLennan County District Attorney's Office basically plans to fight this.